Good morning, good afternoon, good night, grade 6. Video time, week 8. How's my hair? As always, in premium condition. Today's video, we are at the conclusion of the lesson. We're doing all about number sentences. Alright, so at the conclusion of our lesson, our goal is we're going to extend on number sentences through using a rule. Now, we've been doing number sequences since prep. Alright, but the key today is going to be, can you find the rule to that number sequence? We're starting with whole number sequences, and let's just have a quick look at these numbers as an opening activity. We've got number 1, 3, 5, and 7. Questions you need to ask yourself when you get a number sequence like this are the numbers getting bigger or smaller? Really low level concept, but something you need to try and understand. Are they getting bigger or smaller? In this case, you can see that they're getting bigger. Is the gap between each number the same? Well, the gap between 1 and 3 is, well, that's 2. 3 and 5 is 2. 5 and 7 is 2. So yes, they are the same in this case. That's a key question. Is the gap between each number the same? And how big is the gap? And as I've just spoken about there, the gap is 2 whole numbers. Now in grade 6, we look at decimal numbers, we look at fractional numbers, negative numbers. It's important that you understand that the gap here is 2 whole numbers. Not 2 whole numbers. Now, I'm not going to get you to do this activity. You don't need to write the 3 missing numbers on the whiteboard. You know that the next 3 numbers are going to be 9, 11, and 13. At grade 6, one of the key things we have to do is finding the term by term rule. Each number in a sequence is called a term. Alright? First number is term 1. Second number is term 2. Third number is term 3, etc., etc. But they all are called a term. What you need to add to or subtract from a term in a sequence to make the next term is called the rule. So whatever we're doing with that number, whether it's dividing, multiplying, subtracting, adding, we call that the rule. Alright, but each number is called the term. And later on in the week, we're going to be creating tables, and you're going to see that more clearly. And you can express the rule like this. So, for example, the rule here is +2. Here's an example, a little bit further. I'll just scan down. Term 1 is 1. Term 2, the T stands for term. Term 1 is 1. Term 2 is 3. Term 3 is 5. Term 4 is 7. Term 5, so on and so forth. You can see that the rule is +2. Let's see if we can find the rules. I've got whiteboards here. Don't worry about that. That's for tomorrow in class. But I want you to have a look at these next 3 terms. You don't even need to write them down, these yet. I've got 1. This is question 1. I've got 2, 5, and 8. What are my next numbers going to be? What is my rule? Next one, 4, 10, 16. Once again, think about my rule. What's going to be the next numbers in the line? Take a moment to think about it. Same one with question 3. We've got term 1 is 15, term 2 is 13, term 3 is 11. What's going to be next? Here are my answers. Hopefully you were able to work that through. Sometimes we go beyond 0 when we are looking at a particular problem. Alright, sequences can extend beyond 0 into negative numbers. Try extending these sequences. Remember to write the rule. And this is going to be a homework task, so I'm going to need this completed into your homework book. We've got 8, 5, 2. You need to tell me what the next 3 numbers are going to be and what the rule is. And same with this one here. 12, 7, 2. You need to tell me what the next 3 numbers are, and you're going to do that for homework. Sometimes you have a case where there's missing numbers. Sometimes you'll be given an incomplete sequence where you will have to find the missing numbers in the middle of a sequences. Try these examples. Let's have a look. Term 1 is 1. Term 2 is missing. Term 3 is 5. Term 4 is 7. Term 5 is missing, and then term 11. Think about this as you go through. Once again, next question. Term 1 is 8, term 2 is 5, then you have a missing number. Then term 4 is -1, term 5 is -4, and then you have a missing number. What is the pattern? What are those missing numbers? But most importantly, what is the pattern? Same here with question 3. Answers. There you go. You can see them. Hopefully you can also tell me what the rule was with all of those particular patterns. Racing through, we've got some harder examples, and these are going to be completed for homework. Let's have a look through. What are the missing numbers? What is the rule? What are the missing numbers? What is the rule? What are the missing numbers? What is the rule? The last thing I want to focus on today is decimals. Sequences don't have to go up in whole numbers. Alright? They can sometimes be decimals. Once again, we need to have the rules. So we've got term 1, which is 3.5. Term 2 is 4. Then we've got 4.55 and 5.5. Tell me what is the next 3 numbers. Now you can see the answers. Last little activity that I want you to complete for homework today, looking at decimal numbers. Are these. Grade 6, just to finish off, the big key pointers that I want you to come out of this are, look at the number, all right? Identify what the pattern is, all right? Remember that every number is called a term, all right? And we express our rule like I am pointing to down here. Make sure you complete those questions of homework, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers.